Good day, everyone. My name is Marat Kenzhebulatov, and today we are going to talk about how to build secure services with AI agents. If you ask security engineers about AI agents today, you usually get one or two reactions. The first one is excitement. The second one is terror. I work at Booking.com, where I build and maintain our payment system. In our world, move fast and break things isn't a motto, it's a threat. If we break things, people don't get on flights, hotels won't get paid. So naturally, the idea of letting AI agents write new features to our production services sounds insane. A year ago, I would agree with you. Let me tell you why. I started experimenting with agent on my local machine. I gave it a very basic task. Update the dependencies in this project, run the tests. Simple, right? I watched the logs. It found POMXML updated versions. It ran Maven tests, but build failed. And then, instead of asking for help or try to do something else, it decided to fix the environment because it thought environmental issue. I looked away for 30 seconds. When I looked back, the agent wasn't editing the project anymore. It had navigated out of the project folder to my home directory, and I was attempting to rewrite my global Maven configuration to force a different local repository path. It wasn't malicious. It was just super helpful because this is how it's trained to be, aggressively helpful. It was trying to solve the problem no matter what. I stopped it in time, but that moment left me with a choice. Give up or build the system where it doesn't matter if agent can make a mistake. My first mistake was thinking that I could talk agent into being good. I thought I just needed better skills, rules, prompts. Let's look at this first slide. So my first idea was I will taught agent how to behave. I will taught it how to work with code. So do not make mistakes, never hard code secrets, follow PCI requirements. We're trying to talk agent into being good. The reality is that prompt injections are always possible. Agents can act. Agents are not deterministic. They can hallucinate at any time and bypass all the rules. And do not make mistakes, unfortunately, doesn't work. Prompts are guidelines, not guardrails. If you rely on a prompt to stop an agent from hallucinating your library or putting a bug into your code, you don't have security strategy. You have hopes and prayers. Models are not deterministic. No amount of instructions make it 100% reliable. So if we can just trust the brain, we must contain the body. So we should build a playground. Simply, playground is a Docker container with restricted file system. That was one of the restrictions. Second restriction is command whitelist. Here, it's up to you where to draw a line. I usually doesn't allow agents to check all websites they want, so I have a whitelist of websites. I do not allow them to do some destructive commands such as removing files and stuff. So it's up to you to decide. You don't want it to be very harsh, but you don't want this list to be too narrow. So your agent should be autonomous, but not destructive. And third, the most important one, you should always have a credential secret manager. So credentials should not leave the secret manager, and credentials cannot end up in the agent context. When you treat your environment as hostile, the agent's intents stop matter. It can try to be malicious or can be stupid. The result is same, access denied. So we have an agent in a box. It cannot burn the house down, but it still can produce buggy code. And this leads us to myth number 2, AI will replace security review. Some people think that AI is so smart, it can do security review for me. Just let agent check my code and ship it. Other people thinks the opposite, that humans cannot be replaced and only humans should conduct the security review. Both are wrong. The answer is a council, not a single authority. Let me explain what council is. I use multiple LLMs to review important code because one model can start reward hacking without doing any review at all. The pattern is called the console. You probably heard about it. Andrei Karpathy talked about it. It's very interesting concept. Think of it as a medical consultation. You don't trust one doctor for a serious diagnosis. You want a second or maybe a third opinion. I have agents with different roles. A PCI expert that follows the PCI standards, the reviewer, a code quality model that is explicitly prompted to be mean, an arbiter, the person who weights the opinions of other roles and decides what should be done. Each role runs on different LLM model. They discuss and then arbiter decides what should be done. If they can't reach consensus on time, they all produce reports with their takes and they let human to decide what we should do. So human makes the final call. Let's talk about the whole feature workflow. First of all, we go to the brainstorm session. We receive a feature request and then agents wants to know what we want to build and how we want to build it. So it starts asking questions and you as a developer should provide knowledge for the agent. When agent has nothing else to ask, it goes into plan. So it breaks the brainstorm session that you had, it breaks this design document into small bite-sized pieces and creates an implementation plan. Now goes the most interesting part, the execution. Agents creates a sub-agents. They execute tasks one by one until everything is done. Also, important step here that after each task is done, the small review is concluded. No, not the whole console review, but small review by one sub-agent funnel. And then the last step, everything is implemented. So we should give it to the console and console will review it. But important thing is that we're still in a loop. So agents won't replace human, at least for now, but they will amplify our capabilities. So I'm present in all of those sections. Maybe I don't want to be, but I have to. And it amplifies my input to it. But we have a playground to contain the blast radius. We have a console to check the quality of the produced code. But I've worked in fintech for 10 years and I know one truth. Something will eventually go wrong. We need to be ready for this. And this leads us to the most important piece, that you should always audit everything. When agent makes mistakes, you cannot debug it like a regular program. You need to know what it was thinking. You need to record a chain of thoughts. You need to record the session. If agent tries to escape playground, I want to know exactly what prompt caused that. So answer is audit and log as much as possible and keep all those logs. This leads us to myth number 3, that it might be too much to implement. So it's all complex. I know what you're thinking. Like playgrounds, consoles, audits, sounds like a massive infrastructure project and it's hard to invest into that. But you don't have to start big. You can start small. You can start with super simple task. It's a create agents MD, describe your project. Most of agents has this feature already onboarded. You just need it, but don't be lazy. Please review. Then you can gradually increase your automation. You can discover problems or not problems. You can discover routine tasks in your team and create skills for that. This way you will have a predictable results. Then you move forward for cons or for agents or for swarm of agents, you name it, because this is a very rapidly changing environment and you want to experiment. And we now at the stage where we can automate automation, and stage 3 may be unique. You can shape it as you want. And let's talk about the checklist. To recap everything, we should say that no secrets should be present in agent's context. Please let me be clear about that. You can let agent work with secrets, but what you cannot do, let the secrets end up in the context. Next step is build a playground, not just rules and prompts. So you want to physically restrict agent to harm you. Doesn't matter what they thought about. They might think that they are helpful, but you have to restrict that. And third one, keep human in the loop for critical actions. Because without human, we still need humans to apply important decisions. You cannot blame LLM because you as a human approved it. Cross-validate everything as much as possible. LLMs, it's an electricity for thought. So you can outsource this thought process. You don't have to think about it, but you can, as a philosopher said, that truth born in the argument. So use that and let counsel to born you to born your truth. So yeah, audit everything. This will help you with possible incidents and with debug and with iteration and improving your skills. And start simple, create AgentsMD, and that will be it. And don't let the great escape help scare you, because as every new technology at the beginning is dangerous, but the more you think about it and work with it, the better it becomes. Thank you, everybody. You can add me on my LinkedIn if you're interested. Have a good day.